What is up, guys? Hope you're having a great day. So today's video is honestly kind of special because I have some gameplay from the #1 ranked player. He's also a professional player and he plays for the same team as me. I'm not gonna lie, our team is pretty stacked, but he's managed to maintain his position on the leaderboard for I believe over a week now, which is really impressive considering how much the leaderboard and the rankings have actually changed throughout this season. So what I did was I DM'd him and said, hey man, could you send me some rank recordings you have, and I'll take a look at them and I'll choose one and I'll just do a video where I analyze it and give some tips and tricks to the viewers. So today we're actually going to expose his secrets of how he's maintaining his spots on the leaderboard and how he wins most of his matches. Now I do know one of his secrets. He played for at least 36 hours straight one time just to maintain his spot, which I think is really crazy, but I completely respect his grind. So if you guys do too, remember to check out his link to his channel in the description below. Without further ado, we're just going to hop right into the gameplay. If you guys enjoy this type of video, remember to click the like button, subscribe here if you're new, and let's hop right into it. Now of course this is hardpoint Nuketown, so the hardpoint is always going to spawn on the right hand side behind the car. So what I actually like to do is I like to send 2 people to the point, 1 person mid and 2 people to the left side, just so you have really good map control. So I'm assuming that's what his team is going to do here. Let's check it out. There we go. Looks like there's going to be 2 going to the point. So what he actually did there was you saw him kind of when he got to the garage, he kind of looked around a little bit. I'll show you that right here. So what you can see right here is he's going to look around. He thinks about going to the left first, but then notices he already has 3 teammates over there, so he decides to push the hill. Now this is really good. Honestly, when I play, I almost always go to the left because I like to be a slayer, but he seems like he's going to be playing objective because his team is not going to be doing that. Now of course he is running with a trophy out because you can run faster with it, and it's always a good idea to put it in right away, especially since they can blow up the car super easily. Now he's just going to sit behind this bus here. This is a really good spot to sit. He knows nobody is going to be coming from behind him, so only thing he really has to worry about is the left side, because if they come from the right, it's going to say the hard point is actually contested, so he can just peek around the left side of the thing here. The only trouble is if maybe he gets shot underneath the bus or if a grenade kills him. And of course, yeah, he did actually get killed by a grenade. For some reason his trophy system just did not go off, so he's just going to respawn, go try to push the hard point, and this is probably the last time he's going to push the hard point, because as you can see we're at around 29 seconds here. So if he dies inside of here, when he respawns, it'll be around 20 seconds, and that is around the time you normally want to rotate to the next point and get set up. So he's just going to push in here, and he's actually going to get sniped top. Unfortunately, that is a really hard point to actually control, just because of they could peek from just so many different angles. So if he's smart, he's just going to respawn. Yes, he's going to respawn here. He's not going to go right back to the point. He's actually going to set up for next here. Going top like this is really smart because he knows that the enemies are going to be rotating over here, since the next point is going to be right underneath him. So he can just sit top, pick off the enemies as they're peeking and trying to rotate. And now he moved back a little bit into his spawn. That is a good idea because that way you will ensure that spawns are not going to be flipping and they're not going to be spawning behind you. Now as usual, like you want to do, put a trophy in the point if you have one, just to help out your team, even if you're not playing the point. So like I said earlier, he's just going to sit back here, make sure that nobody spawns behind his team, which is really important, and I don't really see people doing that much in rank. Now what he's doing is exactly what I would be doing in this situation. It's kind of similar to what he did when he was actually top. So what he's doing now is he's sitting in this corner. There can only be a couple spots that they can peek him from. He has a BK, which is a really good long range assault rifle, so he can sit on this corner head glitch here. He can see everyone that pushes into this new hard point. Nobody can get past his line of sight, so he can call out for his team, and he can also kill them as they're trying to rotate. So as you can see, exactly like I said, whenever they try to rotate, this is just a really strong angle. So here's some shooting in the back, and of course he's gonna go try to help his team. Unfortunately, he got naded. I don't even know where that nade came from. That was just really unlucky. He's been hit by some really unlucky nades so far. So he's respawned here. He's just back out here, and he knows that pretty soon he has to flip spawns because the hard point is in the opposite side of the map. So you're gonna set up here, check where the enemies are, slide behind the head glitch. Of course, you always want to be behind one. That was a really good play because he had good positioning and was able to kill them. I'm not sure why the enemies are actually out right now. They should honestly be inside of the point, but due to his good early rotations, he's able to clear most of the enemies and push up into their spawn. Now he might actually die here because they're spawning here. Yes, he does. That was really good. Unfortunately, they just kept spawning and he couldn't deal with everyone. Now he does have an RC car. In my opinion, I think he used the RC at the wrong time. I think he should have used it when he was right outside of the point, but it still should work. He's going to go in the left here while his team is distracting them. Gets a nice triple, I believe. Yes, a nice triple. Good gun skill right there. So that's what I really like to see. He probably looked at his radar. He saw that his team was fighting the enemies. He figured since they're distracted, they're all probably looking at the front where my team is coming in. I can just flank in the back and get some easy kills, and it actually works out, and he gets a triple. So now he's gonna find a safe spot like this corner, uses RC car. Honestly, the RC is actually really surprisingly good. He was able to notice that there was a guy top because of it. Now, since one of his team is in the hill and everyone else on his team has pretty much pushed out, they have really good map control. As long as they don't push up past the halfway point, they should be good and not able to flip it. It doesn't really matter too much if they flip it, because the next point is in the middle of the map, and they rotated early. They rotated around 25 seconds to maintain map control. So the point is about to flip, and he's set up perfectly on this head glitch here, especially with the BK. It's just so hard to break. And now he realizes right away that spawns are most likely flipping, just because he noticed that his team was pushing a little bit far. You guys always have to pay attention to what your team is doing, because that's going to influence what the enemies are doing too. So he notices that and right away realizes he's by himself. He needs to do something, so he pulls out his specialist, gets a bunch of kills with it, which is really good, and that also stalls the enemies. Now, this is kind of a blowout match. I would have liked to see a little bit of a closer one, but it's all right. That's what happens. He's just going to pick up his Goliath, and honestly, at this point, the game is pretty much over. I don't really see what the enemies could do to come back at this point. It is 10 to 130. Kind of a blowout, but I hope you guys learned a little bit from this match about how to control the game, when to rotate, when to pay attention to your team, how to flip spawns, stuff like that. But he's pretty much just going to sit in this hard point for the rest of the match and win it. So as you can see, he played many different ways this match. Sometimes he played outside of the hard point, sometimes he played inside. So you have to be able to do that as a high ranking player. If you want to win matches, you got to play objective and Slayer at the same time. I realize that in a lot of my videos, most of the time I'm just running around killing people. Of course, that's because I'm solo queuing. I don't really care about the win as much as someone who is actually number one on the leaderboards. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit from this. Of course, drop a like if you did, and I'll see you guys next time.